Welcome back. So in this video, we're gonna chat about a very important thing, which is actually how you can choose a protocol for your patient. Here I mean that you don't have to describe the protocol in details, but actually pick up one of the built-in protocols that are already present in the software. So you have two choices here, one for the fresh cycle, which is the opposite of a frozen cycle or frozen embryo transfer protocol. So here we mean that are you starting from the scratch, or you already have some frozen embryos and now you're working on transferring them in this cycle. So basically, if you click here, you have the choices. If you click here, you're gonna find it actually frozen, like literally, which is because you should choose from here whether you're working a fresh cycle or a frozen cycle. If you click on a frozen cycle, then it's gonna open up for you, and this is gonna be the frozen part. So I'll say, okay, I want to start on a new or a fresh cycle. It's the same mechanism, so we don't have to go through every single protocol that's present in the software. But actually, if you go for a fresh cycle, you have two choices, or actually it's three choices. The first choice is pre-stimulation protocol, which again, find here. So these are the options for the medications you can use before starting the ovarian hyperstimulation medication. So probably from the previous cycle, I would say. These are the options that you have, and all what you need is actually click on one of them, and you'll find the explanation or the description of the protocol written under each of these choices, so you understand what does that exactly mean. And once you click on it, you can choose the first one or one of these five choices and then click here, and then it's going to tell you that the protocol was added actually to the patient calendar. Then you say, okay, I'm fine with that. So now you can see how this actually transferred into the patient file. So if you click here, this is what you're going to see. So I'm going to go through the medication part in details in a separate video, but here we can see that the medication started day 21. We have that scale of days, so from day 1 to day 28, and this is like the axis for the medications: HCG, FSH, HMG, GnRH antagonist, GnRH agonist. So here you can see that once you picked one of these protocols, it showed you that you're gonna give GnRH agonist from day 21 and all the way to probably day 13, maybe less than that, but I mean it depends on how the cycle will go. But this tells you that you have to start from day 21 from the previous cycle and go all through the cycle till you get your follicles in a good spot for triggering. And as you see, the red color actually tells you, or the orange, wherever you see it, this color tells you that this is an injection that you should give, compared to the gray, which means that you don't have to give it at this day. And under each one of these, it tells you the dose. So here it says like 1 milligram or whatever. But as you see here, it gives you just a question mark. And this is because if you go to hormonal assay, you're gonna find, oh, this tells me that estradiol should be checked at day 1. This is why it gives me that red flag. And once I enter the estradiol at day 1, it's gonna actually tell me what doses should be given after day 1. So I don't want to go through all the rest at the same time, but I'm just giving you some clues that we're gonna explain later on. But just saying that once you picked one of these choices and just add it to the protocol, you should always click here, by the way, then you're gonna see how this is added to your patient medication calendar. And the software actually helps you to adjust the doses based on the results of the lab throughout the cycle. So again, this is one of the things that you can do as a software if you choose to do something that's already, or to choose one of these choices that are available already in the software. And if you use a pre-stimulation protocol, you probably need a stimulation protocol. And again, you have 6 protocols available, and under each of these you can see, oh, okay, it tells you exactly whom should be given this regimen. So you can actually see what applies to your patient, and based on that, the best regimen can be chosen. And you can always click here, and once you click here, it's going to tell you exactly what is that regimen. So it's an explanation of this regimen and how it should be done, and the follow-up and everything, if you want to just understand more about it. But you can always just click on it. Okay, you choose regimen 1, and then you click here. Then it tells you, okay, guess what, it has been added. And there always will be some comments here. So pre-cycle treatment tells you, okay, that's a thing that you can do with the regimen 1. So if there is any extra information, you may find them in the pre-cycle treatment, which means treatment from previous cycle, or luteal phase support. And if there are any other recommendations, they will be added here. And this is the name of the regimen that you're using, just to remember when you're working on the patient medications and everything, which regimen actually was the one that was chosen for her. So as you click, guess what? Now you see that the injections were added to the patient file, and now you know that she should take these medications, and this is a dose that should be given to these patients throughout these days. And again, you'll always find something in her hormonal profile, as you see, that tells you that probably you need to check estradiol at these days to be able to actually complete these question marks about what dose need to be given at these days. So this is a way of how you can use some of the built-in regimens that are present in the software. We will also discuss how to make your own protocols. So sometimes you don't want to pick any of these protocols. You think you have your own protocols, you work with them, you think the results are great, that you don't have to choose a built-in regimen, and you prefer to just use your own regimen. So in the next video, we're gonna chat about how to customize your protocols, save your protocols, so whenever you want to choose one of them, you can use it and add it to the patient medication calendar. And thank you.